Changing gears and now onto the campaign trail for the presidential candidates seeking their respective party nominations. Two Republican candidates were in the Granite State yesterday, both from the Republican Party. Florida Governor Jeb Bush was in New London yesterday morning and was followed by Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker. He was over in Sunapee later in the day. Now, while Scott Walker's support in his home state is slowly declining, he hoped to garner support in New Hampshire, taking the spotlight at the 1 Mile West restaurant there. Wisconsin's Governor Scott Walker was in our region yesterday, stumping for votes in New Hampshire's first-in-the-nation primary for President of the United States. Gathered were interested citizens at the 1 Mile West restaurant in Sunapee. A packed house was eager to hear and question the candidate, who made several important points about his run. He noted up front that his motivation was a concern for his children and that their future, and the fact that he sees the country going in the wrong direction. Then he hit on one of his main themes, returning power to the states.
Today I want to tell you that as I look at this country and the things we need to do to reform government and take power out of Washington and send it back to our states and back to the people, when I talk about what we need to grow the economy, starting with first and foremost, repealing Obamacare once and for all.
A point the governor made several times was that he will not only take on Democrats, but his own party to get the job done, like he did in Wisconsin. He suggested that it was time to strengthen our military.
Sadly today, under the Obama-Clinton doctrine, we're leading from behind. And that has us headed towards a disaster. Think about it. We've got a president who 3 years ago today, drew a line in the sand and then allowed it to be crossed.
He took several questions from the House, including one that questioned the constitutional validity for the size of government.
You're a man after my own heart in the sense that I said this on the day I announced, and I've been talking about it since, about shifting power and resources from Washington to the states.
He went on to say that we need to enforce the laws of our nation through electronic verification with all employers. Governor Walker was asked about NAFTA.
How do you feel about NAFTA? I know Bernie Sanders, the old socialist, he's against it.
We need to have a balance. We need to have a level playing field, but we also can't ignore the fact that over 90% of the world's purchasing power is outside of the United States, because otherwise we're ceding markets to others, and increasingly, particularly when you look in the Pacific.
He concluded saying he is a fighter and a winner, as exemplified by his work in Wisconsin, which is a Democrat state, where he did not compromise his conservative principles and prevailed.
My plea to you would be, if you want someone who can do both, who can fight and win, not just win elections, although I've won 3 elections in 4 years in a blue state, but someone who can fight and win and get results and do it without compromising common sense conservative principles. I'm the only one in this field of great candidates that fits that bill. If that's what you want out of your next president, I'd ask for your vote.
And this morning, Walker was in Manchester at St. Anselm College for a Politics and Eggs event. He will continue his campaign 1,300 miles south in Alabama tomorrow.